Hello, 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 everybody. Guess what? It's another Sherlock. Right, also forget, keep pressing the thing because most don't know. Right, now then, let me just have a remember of what we are doing. We've got to do, haven't we, look? We've got to do the timeline for the murder. So that's on this board, and I kept getting it wrong. So let's have a look.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Right, okay. Right, so they met Albert at Seed House around 9:30. So that has to go first. 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague went out to the backyard. So 20 minutes to 10, so that's 9:40. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommends his inspection enter the dry tropics room. So that's him. There. Hamish returned to the seed house. Is that Hamish? That's Hamish. Okay, oh, hang on. So around 20 minutes to 10, 9:40, when Hamish and Montague and Dunn went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommends his friends from Dry Tropics room. Yep. Hamish returned to the seed house. So can you have that one there? Okay. It's okay with that. Readers. Right. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. So they had a chat at 10 o'clock. And Miss White was in the lab until 10:40. Hamish ran to as soon as he observed that Montague Dunn was unwell, which was around 10:30. Albert was in the seed house the entire morning. That's Albert. He was in the whole morning. Okay, we should be Miss White 10 minutes past 10. Okay. How's that? Oh no, it doesn't like that. So Hamish can't have been there. Hamish is here. Because he doesn't move. Oh, I'm getting stuck here again. That one. This is terrible. It really is. What am I doing wrong? Oh, let's have a look. Oh, man. What am I doing wrong? Uh, it's this geezer here. I've got him in the wrong place, I think. He's either in the wrong place or I'm missing somebody else. Because you can have more than one in a slot. It's happy with all these, so there's something either he's wrong. So my coach comes in Miss Wright at 10. Miss Wright was in the lab until 10:40 when she saw Hamish and Albert in the water lily garden. So he must have left her not far off that time. That's when he was poisoned. So that has to be 10:30. Look, 10:30 or so. So, and they were out there, so it's got to be. So is it this guy that's in the wrong spot? Albert saw Hamish returning from visiting Miss White. So if he saw, well then, if he saw him returning, then has he got to be in that slot there? Because he's seen Hamish returning from visiting Miss White, and I've got him leaving at 10:10. So if he's seen him leave, then surely that has to be at 10:10 as well. Does it? Does that make sense? Those two together, and that's correct. Yeah, 10 o'clock. And he leaves not long after, but she sees them all together in the garden, so she goes to join them. So he returns, but he spots him. So he can't spot him leaving before because he's still with her. He can't spot her leaving him after because he's returned at 10:10. So if he's spotted him, he has to be at 10:10. Yes? Okay. Does any of that even make sense? Oh, yes. Oh. Beautiful.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful.
Yeah, it's probably not made it
also
in
has
time.
10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time.
Okay,
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
Okay. Martin Hamish and Albert are not accomplices. It's unlikely that Albert would have had the opportunity. 10 minutes would have not been enough to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. So, no, he did have quite a good motive as well, didn't he? So we're looking for Martin Hamish's accomplice. Right, okay. Miss White had 20 minutes, more than enough to trap him. Okay, right, I think I need to look at some of the rooms. Out of the way, Watson. Because didn't we follow? Whose desk is this?
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
So this is...
A glasses case. It is empty. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
So we would be able to see.
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
So these are Martin Hamish. So what are we trying to discover? Martin Hamish's accomplice. So this is Martin Hamish's desk. So he would be able to see. Okay. I'm just trying to see about who's probably going to be a bit closer. So this is where it all cracked off. So it's somebody who's got to have gotten to this door really quick. That lad was here, wasn't he? Watson. That young lad, Albert, or whatever his name was here, wasn't he? Wasn't this where he was working? Oh, Watson, you're getting on my nerves. So, he could quite easily come through here and lock him in. I don't know. Okay. Oh. We can have it that Hamish acted alone, but we know that he couldn't have done. Oh, man. See, I don't agree with any of these. I'm not sure if that's right. I'm not sure. It's a worry.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the
Sarcastic.
rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just
Okay.
one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right? You can count on me, Holmes.
Okay.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop! I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Oh, I hate these.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Watson. Oh. I was too late. It didn't give me a lot of time there.
This is tragic, Holmes.
Are you able to do anything?
I'm afraid not. The poison has been fulgurating. Her heart stopped instantly, poor child.
Wow, that's a quick poison. Okay. Okay. He pushed him to suicide. She got what she deserved. I got all the clues. Conclusion. Moral choice condemn. Let's go for it. 92 solved it the same way, 77%. I'm happy with that. That'll do me. Next case, please. Can't believe I got stuck on that thing. Next
Where are
case,
you going,
Sherlock.
Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson,
We have. Where to?
to the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us
Nay.
an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner.
Aren't they
How
the
could
irregulars?
those
Aren't they
street
them the
urchins
kids?
afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet. They...
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
Right? We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to
Look at
our
the
annual
spellings.
dinner.
About as good as mine.
Menu, entree, frozen rat head salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way.
Nice.
Sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street
Hey.
turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
Ah, I can hear them on the stairs now.
Oh, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes!
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes,
No.
we have to help him.
And forget about the dinner? Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right?
Yeah.
It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
Half Moon Street, Whitechapel. Right, again, let's check. Interrogate Leighton and examine his belongings at Scotland Yard. We'll do that after we've been to the location. Oh, let's check out these. Sympathising. Kew Gardens drama. Yeah, we did okay with that one. What did we get? Oh, we got a plant. A deadly plant. I like the way he's like stealing things. Right, Half Moon Street, let's have a look. New cases incoming. I wonder how many cases we have on this. Right. It's put me in third person. Why has it put me in third person? I didn't press it, did I? There's some bottles. Oh, okay. That's taking us back to there. Dysentery. A scourge. This looks a bit dark. Okay.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. Who were the victims?
The 2 men here, both shot. The stab fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
Sounds more likely that the ruffian shot the jeweller, to be fair.
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were 2 other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
So she couldn't have got a clear view.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Okay.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
Okay.
What were the fireworks in honour of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course. Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Okay.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
Okay. We need to examine the bodies. Hands.
A
Got
tattoo from
tattoo.
Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there. He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound. Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
Okay. So this is the jeweller. See, the way I see it is, he knew that this guy was going to be coming this way. So he's laying wait to rob him. So it's gone wrong. He shot him or something and robbed him. However, somebody else was around who killed him and took the stuff off him. Initial thoughts only. That's a key.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
An ordinary door. Straight
The
in the
bullet
noggin.
struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance. A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look. This shard of wood is quite new.
I like that. Okay. And we know there's a piece of wood over here somewhere. That's the other guy. So you could really do.
A fairly long pole with a forked end. A fairly long pole with a
So
forked
this is an
end.
object of interest. I think that might have something to do with that.
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
It's not letting me do much else though, is it? And I'm stuck. Ah, damn it. Right, okay. Oh, should we try? No, that's not doing anything. What's the other superpower? Deduction space. Imagination. T and F, that was it. Oh, nothing's particularly springing to mind. Right, Ryan Turner. Okay, interesting. Let's have an earwig.
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
Ooh, let's do an examination first. Only 3. Nothing on his face. Medal. He dresses quite well, to be fair. What am I missing? Because there's nothing that's cropping up. So what? What am I missing? Ah! Okay. Crikey.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
He would know what a
quickly
gunshot
got
sounds
up,
like
I
as well,
grabbed
being
the
a
lamp
veteran.
from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment.
Interesting.
Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with the gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have
Okay.
helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
Mm-hmm. We have a mind palace already. Okay. Hmm.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
Locked. Locked.
Okay. Can you let me come away from it? Okay, so that's as far as I can go.
Locked. Locked.
I was kind of hoping one of these doors would fit the key.
Locked.
Okay. So let's talk to this lady.
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Do we not get a portrait?
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Interesting. That a constable comes straight out of that street. Was this done by a dodgy copper?
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks
Okay.
to you, Mrs. Powell.
Interesting.
A fairly long pole.
It's not letting me do anything with it though, is it? Right.
It would be
Constable.
my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes. It would be my pleasure to assist.
Right. Says I've got some dialogue.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Now the question is, with his limp, would he have got from here to the window in time to see? And I don't think he did. I really don't. Because didn't he say statements? I was already in bed. 2 gunshots. I quickly got up and grabbed the lamp from the nightstand and I rushed towards the window. He couldn't rush. There's no way he can rush.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
He wouldn't have seen the murderer though. By the time he's getting there, he would have seen somebody else.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Could have been rushing to find a gun what he'd hidden. Well, hello. That looks like it would match.
A perfect match.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Interesting.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago. The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here. These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago. This kitchen knife is quite sharp. There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Okay. I'm intrigued by this character now.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Okay. Oh, okay. Right. Right, so I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's heard something. See, he can't rush. There's no way he can rush. So he's heard something. Seen what's cracking off. Yeah. He's gone down to investigate. Yeah. So he's gone down to investigate. He's used his stick to prop himself up, grabbed something. There you go, his stick snapped. Now we'll fast forward, he's back upstairs. He's put his stick back. He's grabbed something there. He's gone to cut something up. And then he's gone to chuck something in the fire.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Did I actually get that right first time?
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book.
Moby Dick.
Well now, what a find! A precious jewel, concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Interesting. So we have some dialogue. Now then, young man, I don't think you've quite been telling us the truth, have you?
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
No.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Yeah,
Mr.
no
Holmes,
for them.
I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
There we go. You see? Can't fool me, mate. So, what we got? Let's have a look. We need to look this up. Got to search the archives. And we do need to know where this blooming key came from. Okay.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
It's still...
a fairly long pole with a forked end.
It's still not giving me anything of particular interest. And this is the way we come in. So we'll search the archives before we go talk to the young guy. Investigate ancient bracelet. Let's go investigate the ancient bracelet in case it gives us any dialogue. Right, archives. Letters. Oh, we have some letters. These are from past cases, aren't they? Plants can be used for murder. Okay.
This is where I keep my post.
Okay. Search for bracelet. It's antique. It won't be newspapers. Won't be chemistry. Encyclopedias. Antique. There we go. I'll check that out. Hellenistic. Oh, Holmes was right. 5 heads of mountain rams. 1, 2, 3. So there's 2 more pieces missing, actually, funnily enough. 5 rams have been missing from the museum since 1885. Wonder if he was pawning them.
Here it is. I need to continue my research in my archives.
Why? Ah. So, we need to check newspapers. 1885, 4-5, here we go. Hellenistic treasure stolen yesterday evening whilst being transported. Porsche contract Scott Inlaw that's provided information regarding a gentleman who attempted to sell them. Okay. Vincent Foley.
Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
Yes, but I want to go and talk to Thingy. Is she at that window all day, all night? Does she not go to sleep then? I noticed you're by the telescope again, Watson. God, dear. Right, I think we need to go Scotland Yard. And we have a key. Let's go to Scotland Yard. Oh, we're there. That didn't take long.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
Lestrade.
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Quite a few, mate.
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Okay. I think let's investigate the evidence first. It might give us more questions for the young guy or old guy. I don't know who this person is. There's nothing in the morgue, is there? Because we have no bodies. Evidence room, evidence room, evidence room, evidence room. It's one of these, isn't it? There we go. Alright, let's have a look.
A cheap
Watch.
watch. Bought with his own money, no doubt.
As long as it tells the time.
These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting. So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
Ooh, do I detect fingerprints?
Two out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
But we've been told that one sounded different. Yeah, I don't think it is him though. Oh, okay. Okay. Turner could hear the contrast between two fired shots, as in fact 3 shots were made. At first a single was fired and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directly afterwards. Turner could hear contrast between 2 fire shots that were made from different points in Half Moon Street. That's possible. It's kinda difficult to say anything at this moment in time. Right, so we can't make any more deductions now at the moment. Why is it still telling me to look on there? Does it not like that one? Reenact crossfire. So I've got to do a reenactment now. Okay, so that's why it was telling me to redo that. Possible crossfire between Catherine and Brian Vicotti at Half Moon Street. Examine the dead bodies and perform a reenactment. Investigate Asian British and find out who could have appeared at Half Moon Street. Interrogate later. Yeah, let's get this interrogation out of the way.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Let's do a character portrait. Ooh, okay, 4. So the scar's obviously going to be 1. Oh, black eye, that's a bit of a shiner, I would guess. So it's got a bit of a temper. Okay. That doesn't fit, does it? Hand. Hello, done time. That's the same tattoo. That's the same tattoo we found on that other geezer.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
Okay.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it and then I followed the third man.
Okay.
Interesting.
Sounds
Pray,
plausible.
continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man. Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
Same tattoo.
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Okay.
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Okay. Wow, the character portraits are racking up fast. We still have the key. Okie dokie, okie dokie. That's not. No, that isn't. Okay, well, I'm not entirely. It's looking a bit bad for him, to be fair. Isn't it? It's not looking great for his bro, but I don't think he did it. Okay. We've still got to go here yet.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
So am I, Watson. It's very dark down here.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Nice.
A fairly long pole with a fork.
It's still an object of interest, but I can't do anything with it.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
So what have we got to do? Examine the dead bodies and perform a reenactment. So we've got to... Why have we got to re-examine the bodies? We shouldn't have to. Select the gunman. So you see, if he shoots him, yeah, who's going to shoot him in the stomach? If he shoots him, he dies.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Ah, item required. I know exactly.
This should be useful.
At last. So, if he's done the shooting,
Nothing interesting here.
so it's not him. So as he's dying, you see, he could have shot him in the head, maybe, I guess.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
I think we've got to go with that one. No, I don't believe that's right. I don't believe that's right. Still nowhere connecting them yet. So we've got another reenactment to do now, haven't we? Todd comes from us to find out if it was possible to miss someone hiding in the shadows. We've still got that yet. Towards Constable Marrow find out if it would have been possible to have missed somebody. See, he says not, because he said he lit every corner.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
Ooh, hide and seek. So what have we got to do?
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I'm playing
Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
I'm playing the role of the policeman. Okay. Right. I get you.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Okay.
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again.
What? How dare you tell me off? I was more attentive. Okay. Is it saying because I started to run? That's me because I got bored.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
Another reenactment. Okay. Find the flag on to the fireworks and tools for climbing the wall.
Locked. Locked. This mirror is This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street. Locked. Locked.
Such a young man, and already a murderer.
Find the flag gun. Is it going to be in here? No.
I wish this crime had never happened, Mr. Holmes.
Okay. I don't quite know what I'm supposed to be looking for, to be honest. See anything suspicious here? No, because that's just going to take me back, isn't it?
Locked.
So I don't know. I'm sort of kind of stuck. What have I got to do? Find the flare gun to emulate the fireworks and tools for climbing the wall. Okay. Oh, it's a bit dark. I can't bleeding see out. Is it amongst that woman's flowers? Because she had the mirror pointing towards here so she could see without actually having to move position. No, okay, I can't get that way because it just takes me to the map.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
I don't know. See, I assume it's going to be amongst all this rubble that's strewing along the side, but there's nothing coming up that says examine, and it's all in dark, so I'm going to go up one side, down the other. I can't jump, so I can't get over stuff. Nothing here, excuse me, Watson. At least he's not following me about. Anything here? There's a shovel. Could they have buried it? Nothing's showing up on the old imagination jobby. Okay. Could I be looking for false bricks? I've tried these doors, and that's just the map. Okay. That's just the map. It takes me to the other side as well, like teleportation.
Locked.
Okay. Well, if I can't find it here, is it even here? I'm sure I don't need to re-examine the bodies. Okay, so it can't be here then.
Locked.
I always get stuck on this door, don't know why. How far is it going to let me get down here? Just to here.
Locked.
These are all locked. Nothing down the drains. These are locked.
Locked. Locked.
Locked.
Locked.
Okay. So, unless it's in this guy's room, the flare gun can't be here. And I've been around here. And it's not telling me to use imagination. Is it? So, I'm going to leave that for now. Let's go to the pawn shop. Let's have a look. Okay, wrong button. Pawn shop has them balls above it, doesn't it? Ah, pub. There's pawn shop. Interesting. Boarded up. He was asleep elsewhere. Okay. Okay. Got you. Right. Well, I think I might investigate the pawn shop if I have time, and I'll quit because we're already at an hour and a half.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly. These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
Okay. Right, okay. It's a bit of a dank, airy place, isn't it?
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
Well, he would need to. Hello. That's
The ram's
part
head.
of the...
This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mittelin collection.
I
Interesting.
like that.
That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Have the letter. Tell me about 3-piece golden jewellery with Ram. You still got them, right? Found a man loaded with money who's crazy about those jewels. He's ready to fork out a small fortune. We want you to cut me in on the deal. Wait for you at the crossing, Great Ally, Half Moon Street Sunday evening before the fireworks. Okay. All this detail they've done to flag them. There's me spending all that time. Look.
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
That would be the other shot that didn't sound right. So, do we have anything here? Search for the missing Hello treasure could be the motive for the crime. Mr. Turner picked up the bracelet directly after the murder, but the ring is still missing. Burglary. Still wants to point to him. Yeah. Right, okay. So, I have to now, I think, do another recreation recreation. So let's go to Half Moon Street, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it a day. I reckon. Yep, and I think this is where I'll leave it. I think, everybody. I shall quit here, so I'll catch you again for another Sherlock.